What's going on?
Back.
No
Back.
Holds Barred family, we are back after another week. We had to take last week off. We had the NBA draft. All right, we'll talk. What's so excited for Money in the Bank? Let's go, baby! Hell yeah! And of course, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the #1 wrestling podcast in the world, right here on the FinTalk Sports Network. I am talking about No Holds Barred, baby. I, of course, am your gracious host, Alex Money Brown, and I'm joined by my compadre, Mr. Alfred Hollywood Matthews. But Alfred, we're joined by someone new to the No Holds Barred family tonight, Mr. Ryan Davis. Welcome to the show, my good friend.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. You know I love my WWE. I love all wrestling. I'm excited to be here.
Oh man, you picked a good show to be on. I mean, we're talking about Money in the Bank this weekend. It's our Money in the Bank preview show. So we got a lot of things to talk about. But first things first, I said on Twitter that there was a major announcement. And that major announcement is that No Holds Barred officially has its first t-shirt. And I'm talking about, boom, baby, right there. No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast, first ever t-shirt available. If you would like one, they are $20. Just message me on Twitter. I'll see if I can get you one. But these shirts are straight fire. I mean, Alfred, what do you think about that shirt, baby?
Oh yeah, they are fire. They would definitely stand out if you were in a crowd with somebody at a wrestling, especially at a wrestling event.
No doubt, and the shirts are dry fit, so you can wear them anywhere you want. Maybe our certain Ryan Davis will be our first customer and buy one.
Oh yeah, shirts look fire, man. I'm already in love. I'm definitely gonna get me one.
Awesome, guys. But yeah, that's our breaking news for today. I got a hookup from someone else that was on the FinTalk Sports Network. Shawty, what you think? What's up, Big McD? What's up? So let's go ahead and get right into it with our first topic is Money in the Bank. Exactly. So we're talking about our top Money in the Bank moments. So Alfred, go ahead. What did you consider, or you can say one or two, however many you want. What is a top Money in the Bank moment for you?
In regards to what, the cash in, or what we talking about?
Just in general.
Oh, if that's the case, then one when RVD won the Money in the Bank match, and he decided he wanted to cash in against John Cena at ECW One Night Stand. That's a top moment for me. I always enjoy that moment. I enjoyed the match as well. And then the second one, as far as the cash in, was when Seth Rollins cashed it in at WrestleMania on Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. That was a great moment, Money in the Bank. So those are my top two right there.
Now, Ryan, I'm going to ask you kind of like a two-part question. Is a lot of these pay-per-views have like a theme to it. So like Money in the Bank is a style of match, and now it's turned into a pay-per-view. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on, number one, like those for pay-per-view or WWE? Because we've had this discussion before, but I want to get your opinion. Like Elimination Chamber, Hell in a Cell, like all that. Do you think those pay-per-views need to stick around? And then also talk about your top Money in the Bank moments.
I don't think that the pay-per-views, especially Hell in a Cell, should not stick around. I think Hell in a Cell should only be for two rivals who have been fighting a long time, who have just had enough of each other. Similar to how we grew up. When Triple H and Cactus Jack had enough of each other, they went to Hell in a Cell, right? When Triple H and Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Batista, so on and so forth. It should be when you've had enough. And it's like the final showdown. Having it just because the pay-per-view is called that, to me, it lessened the effect of it. It didn't make Hell in a Cell as special as it used to be. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. I don't want to take up too much of the show, but Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, they already had a Hell in a Cell, but how much more impactful would it have been if they would have had it after their rivalry that's going to happen this year? I've had enough of you. I've had enough. let's go to Hell in a Cell. That would have been a much more apropos Hell in a Cell match to me, because of all that's happened over these 3 years, as opposed to it just being called Hell in a Cell. So and so that's my question. And it's the same with Elimination Chamber. I really don't mind because that's usually for a
That's like a lead up to Mania.
right. But Hell in a Cell for sure should not be a pay per view. It should be just a I've had enough of you. This has to end, just like it was back in the day.
So, what about your top Money in the Bank moment?
So, Mr. Hollywood, Alfred took the one I was going to do. I thought that was awesome, but how can you forget Edge 2005? John Cena just went through an Elimination Chamber match, bloody, battered. The very first cash in, where we really didn't know what it was going to look like, and at the end of the day, John Cena just has had enough, and then Edge comes in and steals the title. I still remember I was in high school. I believe I was in high school. I still remember just how I felt. Like, there's no way he could do this, and then he did it. That was awesome. That kind of put Edge on the map. So that's my favorite for also. And a more recent one is Dolph Ziggler against Alfredo Del Rio.
Yeah, no, that one was a big
was
pop.
A good one too.
Big pop. And I'm talking about another one is Liv Morgan last year. If you guys had a chance to restructure the pay-per-view schedule for WWE, that doesn't include the big four. What pay-per-view from old school WWE would you bring back? Ooh, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
WWF ECW One Night Stand. I mean, I loved ECW. You bring back ECW One Night Stand, I'm all for it. Especially right now with some of the wrestlers right now. Hell yeah, bring back ECW One Night Stand. But Liv Morgan last year, her cash in when Michael Cole just went ballistic. He was like, "Oh my God, she's doing it! She's doing it! Oh my God!" And he's like up out of his seat. I mean, talk about one of the best cash-ins ever. Liv Morgan last year cashing in and winning her title, which she so rightfully deserved. 100% Liv Morgan deserved that last year.
Oh yeah, she definitely did.
I mean, of a longer run too.
Yeah, I mean, the Money in the Bank pay-per-view is by far usually big names tend to come back during the Money in the Bank. Like John Cena came back to challenge Roman Reigns one year. I don't know, but like Ryan, I'll start with you this time. Is your expectations for this weekend's pay-per-view? Are there any surprises, or like what are you looking forward to for this weekend?
I'm looking forward to, honestly, the atmosphere. I know London brings it. I remember when they were at Clash at the Castle, the atmosphere was incredible. It made every match to me that much more special. So I love when they're in London because they really bring the fire and the heat. As far as surprises, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe a Drew McIntyre is there. I know Edge has been off of TV for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if an Edge came back kind of as a surprise participant in the match, or maybe to set up an angle after maybe a Seth Rollins match, or so on and so forth. So those are probably my big two: is Drew McIntyre and possibly Edge.
Oh yeah. I think right now rumors are spreading around that Drew McIntyre supposedly will be at Money in the Bank. No one knows what may transpire from it. He's going to have a lot of contract issues with WWE right now. But Alfred, what are your expectations, and what are you looking forward to this weekend?
My expectations, I think it's going to be a pretty good and solid show. I like the card. Very like the card. Way better than I like the card on the previous two main pay-per-views. This card is actually pretty good. As far as surprises go, Ryan nailed it. I was gonna say Drew McIntyre as well, but I can see someone like Randy Orton coming back after Gunter and Ludwig and everything and beat the mess out of Riddle. That's gonna be later on in the prediction, but I can see Orton coming back, saving Riddle. Like I said, as far as the surprises, like that's probably the only ones I can see. But I'm interested to see, like Ryan said, how the crowd is going to be, the London crowd, because they're actually pretty good crowds over the years. So that's what I'm kind of expecting, a very good and solid show
Yeah,
on
no,
Saturday.
I'm looking forward to the two Money in the Bank matches because those matches always bring such straight fire and just amazing wrestling moves that we see on them. And especially, on the women's side, you have a lot of high flyers. On the men's side, you've got a lot of high flyers. So I'm excited to see who's going to be going through some ladders. I'm excited to see who's going to be falling through tables. I don't know. Like, please don't die chance maybe might be happening. I don't know. Which would be amazing. But I'm expecting the London crowd this weekend to just be outstanding, just straight fire. And with that, let's go ahead and talk about these matches. Actually, no. Before we do that, I have one just fun question for both of you guys.
Right.
If you guys were to have your own, so you're the GM, and you get to pick 6 men and 6 women superstars to be in a Money in the Bank ladder match for the contract. It could
Current
be,
or all time.
you know what? Whatever you want it to be. This is your money. This is your Money in the Bank match.
I thought about both scenarios, so I just want to be prepared for which one you're talking about.
So you bring out whoever you want. All right, Alfred. I'll start with you. We'll do the men first, and then we'll do the women. Okay. I hope you guys took your notes and stuff. Okay. All right. So Alfred, who's your men?
So the men's one is pretty straightforward. It's mostly the previous winners. I want to see all of these, and I'm favorites of all 6 of these guys that have won it before. So, in my opinion, it's going to be CM Punk is going to be in the match. He won it before.
That's his. That's his Ryan. That's his guy. That's Alfred's guy. It's CM Punk.
Yes, obviously I got to put him in there. Seth Rollins, it would be 2. He won it. I want to say in 2014. I want to say he won it. Let's see who else I had. I had Dean Ambrose.
Okay,
that's 3. He won it. So those 3 right there names are already crazy to win. Dolph Ziggler. I want to include Ziggler in. So that's what, 4. The 5th person. I had wrote it down. The 5th person I'm going to say is Daniel Bryan.
Okay.
Because he's won it before. In the early stages of it, when I think it was the second Money in the Bank pay-per-view. So that's 5. And then the final name I want to say is you got to have a heel in there, somebody that everybody hates, and it's going to be The Miz.
Okay.
So those 6, I think they will tear the roof if they
had
those.
That's
Money in the Bank.
Damn. Yeah. All right, Ryan, who you got?
So I'm gonna do just since he did an all timer, I'm gonna do a present one.
Okay.
So if I were a GM, if they have a title already, I'm gonna put them in the match because Money in the Bank is for the real title, except for last year's theory.
Right.
But I would put Gunther in there because I think he's ready to take the next step. So I would put Gunther. I would put Sami Zayn. I would put AJ Styles. I think even though he's older, he's still got a lot of athletic ability left in him. I would love to see him jump off of some ladders and even go through some. Sorry, AJ. Damian Priest, he's my up and comer. My kind of my next generation superstar. I would put Drew McIntyre in there. Just because I love Drew McIntyre, guys. I think he is somebody that I wish he would get the world title again. He carried the company through the pandemic, and he never really got that shine in front of people. So I would love for him to do that.
Yeah.
Then Ricochet, the guy who kind of like my Sheldon Benjamin, gonna jump off of everything, gonna make it cool, and so that'll be my 6.
Okay. Yeah, I had kind of had a mixture between current and former superstars. So Seth Rollins number 1 has to be in it. Rob Van Dam, would love to see Rob Van Dam on it. I think Edge needs to be in it. 100% Edge. Finn Balor. You know what? Let's have a giant. Let's have Braun Strowman in there. The number 5, where he just needs a special ladder because he breaks down all the current ones. And then number 6, Eddie Guerrero. Have Latino heat up in that and winning. He would win that Money in the Bank contract. He would pretend someone hit him in the head with it and fall down. So R.I.P. Eddie Guerrero, but Eddie Guerrero. All right, so Ryan, what about your women? What women's Money in the Bank? If you were GM?
I'm gonna do an all-time women.
Okay.
I'm gonna do all-time women. I'm gonna have the man Becky Lynch in it. I'm gonna have Lita in it, in her prime. I'm gonna have Sasha Banks in it.
Okay.
I'm gonna have Trish Stratus.
Okay.
So that's 4. I'm gonna have Charlotte, and I'm gonna throw kind of a monkey wrench in this. I'm gonna, just because I want to heal that if she wins, it'll make the crowd furious. I'm gonna put Stephanie McMahon in.
Wow. Okay. Damn.
Because how awesome would it be if everybody's laid out? Can you imagine the crowd reaction? If everybody's laid out, and she sneaks up the ladder, and she might, the crowd's like, no, it's all about reaction.
Anthony Manzano had a really good one. If LA Knight doesn't win Money in the Bank, we riot. If Damon Priest wins, we still riot, just not as bad. So his Money in the Bank for the women's would be Roxanne Perez, Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Dakota Kai, Raquel Rodriguez, and Io Sky, and the render being Raquel. Not bad, Anthony, because I am a big Raquel fan. I love Raquel Rodriguez.
He took some of the people I was going to say.
Exactly. Honestly. So Alfred, he did all time. You do current.
All right. So current. All right, that's a good one. So one is going to be Io Sky because I'm a big fan of her. So that's definitely going to be one of them. Second one is going to be Bianca Belair. That's my girl. So
that's his wife.
She's definitely going to be in the Money in the Bank because she needs to win it so she can get her revenge on Charlotte or Rhea Ripley or Asuka. So that's 2, and then 3. I'm going to say I'm a huge fan of her as well, Zoe Stark. So that's 3.
Okay.
4. I'm gonna say Raquel Rodriguez because I gotta get that one. And then 5 is my side chick. So I'm putting Kaden Carter in.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So my women, number 1, Becky Lynch, have to have the man. Has to have the man in there. You know what? Let's throw Bayley in there as well. Io Sky. Let's see. Let's throw China. Let's throw China in the women's Money in the Bank match, and then Michelle McCool, and let's get a little crazy with AJ Lee, that crazy ass bitch that's going in there. She can go in there. Let's throw her. She'll probably start smashing the ladder against her face or something. I don't know. Ryan Taylor goes, I'd let Bayley hug me. But yeah, that's the fun thing. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the matches of the night for Money in the Bank. The first match that we're going to talk about, because let's just get this shit out the way, is Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler versus Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan for the now official WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Alfred, I'll let you go first.
Okay, so like you said, let's get this one out the way early because so we can just keep it short and sweet. So I'm gonna pick the win. I'm gonna say why, obviously. So I'm picking Ronda and Shayna retain. One being reason I know Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez never officially lost the titles,
right? Mm-hmm.
And they're that's why we're having this match. But I think it's kind of too soon to have Ronda and Shayna lose the title, especially like I said this early because they just kind of unified and things like that. So I got, like I said, Ronda and Shayna winning. And I can honestly see a scenario where it's more likely Liv will probably do it. where Liv probably gets kind of gets tired of Raquel or something, or one of them do something to kind of
You
prevent.
think she turns? You think Liv turns?
Yeah, one of them is going to probably turn on
Okay.
Liv. I think it's more likely Liv does it than Raquel, but I can see that happening. And I can see Liv kind of costing them the match, and that's what kind of leads to like a little planting the seeds of the turn, not like actually doing it. I don't think it's going to happen on Money in the Bank, but it's kind of probably going to lead into it all the way probably up to SummerSlam between those two, and then I can see that. So that's why I got Ronda and Shayna retain.
Ryan, who you got?
I also have Ronda and Shayna. I think they're gonna go on a little bit of a longer run to kind of try to establish the tag team titles. So I don't see them losing anytime soon. So I've got Ronda and Shayna. I don't expect it to be a very long match. I expect it to be maybe 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I expect Liv to tap out to either Shayna or Ronda. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of about the numbers match. I don't think we're gonna get any surprises.
Yeah, no, match. I'm with both of y'all. I think Ronda and Shayna both retain. I'm wondering how many times Ronda is gonna botch the whole thing. I don't know because Ronda needs to be as the queen of botches. But I hope they open up with that match. I don't know. I know they may open up with one of the Money in the Bank matches, either the men's or the women's. Because more than likely they always do this where they have one person cash in on that same night. Right. So I don't know who it's going to be this time. I'm expecting a shocker for Saturday afternoon, but can you bring up Anthony Monzano's comment about the honestly, where he says honestly? He goes, honestly, I think what happens is Morgan turns on Rodriguez and then Raquel joins the Latino World Order and becomes the tag team with Zelina Vega. That scenario right there is 100% factual in my opinion. I definitely see that happening because Raquel and LWO would be perfect. They are, but hold up, is Raquel on Raw or SmackDown?
I want to say she is on SmackDown.
She's on Raw.
She's on Raw.
If she's on Raw, she can't be on LWO. So unless she magically switches over to SmackDown, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, she's definitely on Raw.
So, but yeah, Ronda and Shayna retain, and then while that match is going on, I'm gonna make a cheeseburger or something like that. I don't know. All right, so let's move on to our next match, which I believe is we have Matt Riddle versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this one first. I don't know when Gunther is going to be able to lose his title. I think Gunther's going to hold that Intercontinental title for a very long time. So, Ryan, your thoughts on Matt Riddle versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship?
Oh, man, I definitely think Gunther's going to win. Gunther's so dominant. I love the way they booked him. I do expect Matt Riddle to make a good match. I don't think it's going to be a squash per se, but I do think it's going to be about 10 or 12 minutes of just entertaining action. Matt Riddle can go. I know he has this goofy character right now where he, is quote unquote, dumb, a stoner, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
But he can go in the ring. I think him and Gunther can, can have some fun. But ultimately, I think he's going to go down like everybody else in the last year for Gunther, which is a great thing. I love a strong Intercontinental champion, so I expect Gunther to 100% win.
All right, Alfred.
I think Riddle is actually a decent option to end the run. Gunther's run, but obviously I'm not picking Riddle to win, but Riddle is credible enough to end the run in my opinion. But I think WWE is dead set on having Gunther hold the belt, the IC title, for a long time and have a lengthy run. So I got Gunther winning the match and retaining. The only question is how he's going to win it.
Right.
The way I would book it is I would have Gunter like not like kind of well, you can say a clean win. But how I think WWE is going to book it is they're going to have Imperium interfere some sort. And like I
Yeah.
said
Right.
earlier, I can see Randy Orton kind of uh coming back, making his return back and save him, but it'll probably be too late to do. But I got Gunter winning the match.
No, I agree. I think Imperium comes out and gets involved, and because he took out Giovanni Vinci or whatever his name is, so I think he comes back and costs Riddle the title, and then all of a sudden they just start beating the crap out of him, and I hear voices in my head,
Oh yeah,
and the
oh yeah,
crowd just goes nuts, and Orton comes out.
oh yeah.
You think he's there to save Riddle, and then they run out of the ring, and then when they do a bro hug, and then all of a sudden Riddle turns around and just boom RKO right there, right on Riddle, and there you go. There's your
Mm,
rivalry. Get that started because I know there was a rumor right
oh,
now with Gunter that Gunter's going to main event Mania next year. Supposedly he's on the list to win the Rumble next year, which would be
Nice.
cool. All right. I think Gunter's going to end up being a champion, and he may have a run like Roman Reigns where he holds it for a long time.
Right.
Uh,
Whew.
oh, what a very
so
start to your career too. If that
I
happens,
mean, I mean Gunter, and just to think the Gunter who Mr. McMahon, sorry, body, fuck you, Mr. McMahon, was gonna get rid of him.
Right.
And Triple H is like, no, absolutely not. We're not losing this guy because him on another wrestling brand would. I mean,
Yeah,
Gunther deserves everything that he's coming.
for sure.
Uh, but with that being said, let's go on to all right. This next match, it says, hold on. Anthony says, Alex, don't you think in main eventing WrestleMania, Gunther would actually harm ratings because casual WWE fans don't know who he is? No,
No.
because WWE fans know exactly who he is right now. You ask
oh yeah,
WWE fans who the Intercontinental Champion is, they're going to say Gunther. I guarantee you that.
mm-hmm. That's a fact. Yeah.
So this is just a broad question, but Cody Rhodes, what on God's name has happened with him since WrestleMania? I mean, you fight Brock Lesnar twice. Both matches were eh. And then this weekend, you're fighting Dominic Mysterio.
Well,
Go ahead. Yeah, Ryan, go ahead.
I think that answer is easy. I think they have to find. I think they have to find a placeholder for him until SummerSlam. Clearly, I think Cody Rhodes is fighting Brock Lesnar for the third time at SummerSlam. They didn't really have much to do with him. So throwing a heat magnet like Dominic Mysterio, who would have thought a year ago that Dominic Mysterio would be a heat magnet? But people truly do hate him, or at least they love to boo him. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a placeholder for you to get them to August. Brock Lesnar will come back. They'll have a big money match at SummerSlam. So I don't really mind it that much. It's kind of just business until Brock Lesnar comes back. He's on the farm right now in Saskatchewan, Canada.
Where, yeah.
Hunt,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Lesnar definitely coming back. They already advertised him for him coming back to Raw when they come to Houston here.
right?
So he's definitely going to be involved in some sort of match and everything. And right, like I said, Ryan, you don't know and everything. Alex knows. It's like I'm a huge Cody fan. I feel like they've been misusing this man ever since WrestleMania. But that's a whole different different story. But I mean, we can get into that later on. But yeah, I think Cody and Dominic, like Ryan, you nailed it on the head. It's a placeholder match between why they find, like I said, once Lesnar and everything comes back and everything, that's going to resume the feud. But as far as who's going to win the match, Cody's definitely is going to win the match. I'm actually impressed with Dominic Mysterio as the weeks have gone by. Initially, I wasn't like didn't think he's not going to be like this like great as a heel run, like as his heel run, but he's actually been pretty damn good as a heel recently. So that's credit to him. and he's getting like a lot of heat, like from the crowd and everything. So that's what's kind of what you want from a heel per se. So I think Cody definitely will win because you can't go from like being the easiest choice to end Roman Reigns' streak to fueling with Lesnar, and then all of a sudden you about to lose to Dominic Mysterio. It doesn't make any sense. So I think that's why I think Cody is definitely going to win on Saturday.
Ryan, you think so as well? Cody wins.
I definitely think Cody wins. I think that's probably the most. I'll bet my house on Cody Rhodes winning. I think there's
Deal.
100. I think there's a 0% chance Dominic wins that match. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure Cody will win. Maybe afterwards. I don't know if Brock wants to travel to London, but if he does, I could see him maybe touching up that arm a little bit of Cody's even more. You know, maybe giving him some F5s. You know, making the crowd roar. You know, setting up for SummerSlam. So
Yeah. No,
I
I
can see
could.
that happening.
I could see that happening too, where after Cody beats Dominic, all of a sudden, like, you hear the and then you hear Brock's
Right.
music go off, and he comes out, and hey, by the way, B McD, we're going to talk about Seth freaking Rollins. Don't worry. Trust me, we're going to talk about him. Brock Lesnar comes out, like you said, F5s him a couple times, that puts the clutch on his arm, and then there you go. They start their feud up for SummerSlam and all that. And everyone even thought that Cody was going to take the titles from Romans at SummerSlam. Ain't happening. Not going to happen. Because Cody's not taking the title from Roman at all. Sorry, Alfred, not the British Bubble. Cody's not taking the title.
I don't know.
Y'all know exactly what's going to happen and who's taking the titles from him.
I'm not going to be happy about it.
Y'all know. Y'all know who's taking those titles.
No,
I am not going to be happy about it if it happens.
I'm not going to be happy. I don't think he's ready
yet. Definitely not going to be happy.
We'll talk about it because that match is on the card. So let's go ahead and talk about our next match, which is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Let's go ahead and let's break down our first Money in the Bank ladder match, which is Zelina Vega versus Becky Lynch versus Zoe Stark versus Bayley versus Io Sky versus Trish Stratus. Okay? Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Do y'all think that opens up the show, or do you think the men's Money in the Bank ladder match opens up the show?
The women's.
You think the women's opens up the show?
I think the women's is one will open the show. If I had to choose, and I honestly like the women's. Like I said, this one is way more unpredictable than the men's winner that we will discuss later. Like you can make a case for like any of these
bunch of people,
yeah. Yeah, like you can like legit make a case for that. And you wouldn't be wrong for making that case either. That's how like unpredictable it's going to be, and I'm looking forward to it. So I guess we all can kind of agree, unless y'all have a different opinion, that the favorite heading into this match is Io Sky.
Yes,
I think she's the favorite heading to the match because how she's doing with Bayley, like the storyline with Bayley and things like that. So I think that's going to be that's who I got winning is Io Sky. I think she's going to win. I think I read a stat where only one woman has held the contract for more than 2 days. I want to say before cashing it in, and I think we discussed that earlier. Like with Liv Morgan, like and some of the Money in Bank women's, like they immediately cash it in once they win it. I think if Io Sky wins, I don't think she should cash it in right then and there. I think having it like prolonged like longer. Mm-hmm. Like in the year or maybe going into next year or something makes the storyline more interesting on the women's side, because like I said, most of the time the women, they always cash it in immediately. But I think if Io Sky wins, like it's like make her hold it for a good minute, I think it'll be for a better storyline. So if I had to choose like the winner, I'm going with Io Sky because like I said, I'm a huge fan of her. And
so you're saying Io Sky wins
I think the storyline is
does not cash it in. Does not cash it in that night.
Yeah, she'll win it, but I don't think she's cashing it
Okay.
in right then and there. It's probably gonna be a while before she does.
Okay. Ryan, go ahead. You can explain yours, and then after you explain your winner, say if they're going to cash in that night.
Okay, so I'm gonna start by disagreeing a little bit. I think the men's I think the men's Money in the Bank is gonna start
Okay.
the show.
Okay.
I think they want to get the crowd going early. Not saying that the women can't get the crowd going early, but I think that I think the men are gonna go first. And the reason why is because I think that there's a slight possibility that if it is Logan Paul, which we'll talk about that later, if it is Logan Paul, they would want to maximize his appearance by possibly cashing in. But back to the women. I do think that Io Sky is the favorite. I think a dark horse could be Trish Stratus. Because I don't think she's back for a cup of tea. I think she might, have some legs under her. I think she might be going until maybe WrestleMania next year. So I think she could be a dark horse. To grab it, to maybe steal a couple of steal a title shot. But I would go with Io Sky for sure. I think she's getting over, with the fans more and more. I could definitely see. I don't see her catching in the same day. Rhea Ripley's so strong right now. I don't see anybody toppling her. Asuka, while I do think she will lose her title to, well, we won't talk about that right now. But I don't think Asuka's. I don't think Io's going to cash in at Money in the Bank.
Because I don't even think Asuka's she is fighting. Is she fighting on the card this weekend?
Asuka, she hasn't announced yet.
Okay, because if it would be Asuka versus, I know Charlotte and Asuka may have something, and then Bianca's involved with that too. So
yeah, they have. I was say
So here's my prediction. I think Bianca. We see the heel turn start to happen with Bianca Belair, and she takes out one of those competitors, probably Zelina Vega. And I see Bianca Belair entering herself in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match and winning it.
Oh Lord, no.
So yeah, I mean, Alfred, this is your wife. So Bianca Belair inserts herself, wins the Money in the Bank contract, but does not cash it in because I'm kind of with Ryan. I think if there is a cash in tomorrow, it's going to be on the men's side. And you're going to hear my prediction later on, and I'm going to punch myself in the face when I tell you my prediction.
Hold on, before you say that, I can actually see that scenario that you just said, Alex, because I'm not sure if you noticed. I'll let you just mention what you was hearing, but I noticed the men's match has seven wrestlers, and the women's only have 6, unless they did that by design or they have something planned or so. So that's actually a point that you brought that up. Honestly.
Yep, I'm telling you, there's something cooking for this weekend involving both of those Money in the Bank matches that I don't know, but I'm super duper excited for, and I'm ready to be on the edge of my seat when I'm watching it. But Bianca wins, and I think we start to see the heel turn for Bianca, which, if that's the case, I think Street Profits split up, and Bianca and Montez become one of the new power couples in WWE. Sorry, Angelo Dawkins. I think you may have to go back to NXT or something like that. I don't know. So my prediction is that Bianca Belair will win the Money in the Bank contract and hold it. As much as I think Io Sky deserves it, I think they need to build up on the possible demise of Damage Control. And then, I mean, they could have Io win and then Bayley and Io fight for the briefcase. But I think Zoe Stark, Trish, and Becky have a little bit of a rivalry going on right now that I think they're going to they kind of cancel each other out. And then Zelina Vega is there just to be there.
No.
But if Zelina wins, I wouldn't mind. If Zelina Vega wins, she's cashing it in that night.
You can make a case for Zelina winning.
If Zelina wins, she's catching it. She's cashing it in that night. Not on Rhea. I think she cashes it in on Asuka.
Strike while the iron's hot, Zelina. If you win,
I think if Zelina wins, she's cashing it in that night. because they have Asuka come out, do some kind of promo where she gets beat up, and then Zelina comes out and takes the title from her. So I could definitely see that happening as well. But my overall prediction for the women is that Bianca Belair wins it. Now, let's go ahead and talk about. By the way, the Houston Astros are just demolishing the St. Louis Cardinals right now.
Yeah.
Just want to say that.
Once I saw Adam Wainwright get rocked in the first inning, I was like, I knew it might be a long night for
Speaking
for the
of
Cardinals.
baseball, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Fin Talk Sports Network. If you're interested in doing a baseball show, please reach out to our wonderful producer, Mr. Bobby, and he'll get you, see if you can come up on the Fin Talk Sports Network. All right, the next match is where's B McD? This is for you, bro. Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship. Alfred, I'll let you start with this one.
Okay, so in regards to this match, I'm actually glad Balor's getting opportunities. Judgment Day is better than what than it was now, and I'm really high on Judgment Day now.
For now.
I think for now, before they
for
break
now.
up and everything.
Yep, for now.
But at the moment, they are on fire right now. So I think Balor, like I said, I'm a huge Balor fan, so I'm glad he's getting this opportunity. However, with that being said, I think it's too soon to take the title off of Seth Rollins. Rollins, I want he's going to have a lengthy title run. One, because he deserves it, and two, because like I say, he's a very good worker, and especially with this company. So I don't see him losing it anytime soon. But as far as on Balor's end, they like I said, they've done a good job with Judgment Day has done a great job, and WWE has done a great job making Balor a legitimate threat to the title. But but like I said, I got Seth Rollins retaining the title, so that's
Okay.
got that one. If I had to choose.
And B McD goes Seth Rollins Harmony. So that's for you, B McD. Ryan Davis, Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor.
So I agree and disagree. I do agree that Seth Rollins will win, but I do not think he's going to have a long title run. I think Seth Rollins is better chasing gold than having gold, in my opinion. I think he's going to lose it. Probably, I mean, it might be at Money in the Bank, but it might be at SummerSlam. But I think definitely if we see a returning Drew McIntyre, or if Logan Paul wins, if Logan Paul wins and Drew McIntyre wins, Seth Rollins is officially on the clock. He's officially on borrowed time. And I could see either one. If Logan Paul wins, everybody knows it's just for publicity. It's to get him on ESPN, blah, 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 blah. If Drew McIntyre wins, it's clearly going to be a heel turn. So I don't think Seth Rollins makes it to through SummerSlam, I should say. Through SummerSlam.
Through SummerSlam? Okay. I do think that Seth Rollins wins the match. I think this is probably going to be one of the top matches of the night. I think we are in for a hell of a fight.
Sure. For sure.
Because, Finn Balor was right that he actually never really lost any of the titles, and the reason I say the Judgment Day, because I have a feeling that either Finn or Damian are going to turn on one of each other, because Dominic, right now, if you look at Judgment Day right now, Dominic and Rhea or Kay Mami have their own thing going on. They're not really involved with everything the Judgment Day is doing. As you have Dominic or Damian and Finn, and they did show Finn possibly recruiting JD McDonough, who's his Irish buddy. So I think you could see something to where Finn just goes, I'm done, and he teams up with JD, or I don't know, but I see the Judgment Day kind of like splitting off very soon. As much as I hate it, because the Judgment Day, I wasn't a fan of them at first. Now I'm becoming a bigger and bigger. I like their storylines with every rivalry that they have.
I like it. I just wish they would win. I just wish they would win something.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's kind of like the Wyatt family, kind of towards the end, where like Bray Wyatt had all these cool things he was doing, but he would always be looking up at the lights. When the match comes. I kind of feel that way about Judgment Day. It's they're cool, but when have they really like won anything? Like even like Damian Priest lost to Bad Bunny. I mean, and I get it because of Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
yada yada yada. But I mean, in my opinion, at what point do you lose all credibility if the fans know that you're probably going to lose?
Yeah.
Whether it's Finn, Dominic, or Priest. Rhea's the
Right.
only one that wins.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley. So
She's
that's
the official leader of Judgment Day. If you look at it, she is the leader because when they came out, it used to be like Finn in the middle and then Rhea and Damian and Dominic on the sides. Now when they come out, Rhea Ripley is dead center in the middle of them, basically showing everyone that I am the leader of this group. I am mommy. Shit, she can be my mommy any day she wants. Um, you know, but Rhea Ripley is going to be holding that title for a very long time, and she is the leader of Judgment Day. As much as I don't know her thing with Dominic Mysterio is a little weird in my opinion, but Rhea Ripley is a hell of a superstar. A hell of a superstar. Now, let's go ahead and talk about our favorite. Hold on. Yes, I'm exactly. We are one. The storyline that has been keeping WWE in business for the last year and a half, 2 years. She might break my face, but it's totally worth it. I am talking about Bloodline and the fact that Jey Uso, when he turned on Roman, I don't know about y'all, I lost my shit. He was like, "So you out, and I'm out too." And I was like, "What?" I mean, I'm pretty sure I watched that clip 50 times, and I just get hyped every single time. And Brian and Alfred know why I'm so hyped about this because and I'm calling it right now, your next WWE Universal Champion will be Jey fucking Uso. I am calling it right now.
And I am not looking forward to it happening either. I'm sorry.
I called that way beforehand, brother.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I just don't want to.
I mean, yeah, you definitely called it, but I'm like, I am not looking forward to it. Like, I know the heel turn, everything was very, very good executed and everything. Like I said, I watched it a good amount of times too. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I didn't see it when it happened live. I saw it like when I got home from what I was like. I think I was at the movies or something. And I got home and I was getting.
By the way, it's a face turn. It's not a heel turn. It's a face turn.
Yeah, the face turn.
It's
Yeah,
a face turn. Yeah.
So, yeah. So like when I was getting text messages from people saying, that heel. I mean that face turn and everything. Like like you have to see it. So I ended up seeing it and everything, and it's like, wow, they actually did a very, very good job with that turn. I don't know why I said heel, but yeah, clearly face
Yeah.
turn. With that, like I said, I don't see no way in the world Jay should be beating Roman. I was like I said, I'm still on the Cody bed. Like I still want that to happen. Lo and behold, I'll stand on that hill. Like on that one, I'll down on that hill.
Yeah. Yeah.
With Cody winning. But as far as the match on Saturday, the tag team match, I expected to be a very good match. I see it having so many storytelling in this match. We can't even probably count it on a hand how many times it's gonna be storytelling. I'm gonna see. I can see Paul Heyman getting involved in the match. I can see
Mm-hmm.
like I can see like yeah, like I can see like a lot of storytelling and things like that. But I think Roman and Solo will win the match because I think it's too soon for like Jimmy and Jay to beat them after the breakup, if that makes sense. I know like they got the upper hand right now and everything, and people probably expect them to win, but I don't see that happening. Another thing is, uh, it's rare that that like what's the best way to say it? I don't see any way that Roman he's already he lost
Roman, if they lose, Roman won't get pinned. It'll be Solo.
consecutive pay-per-views.
Yeah.
What was that?
If they lose, Roman won't be the one to get pinned. It'll be Solo.
Right. Yeah, and I don't see that happening like again. So I think they're gonna drag on. Obviously, they're gonna drag on this feud probably all the way into definitely into next year. Definitely. Especially if Cody's not wrestling Roman. So I don't. I think it's too early for the Usos to win this match. Um, on Saturday, but like I said, I'm actually. And initially, I wasn't a huge fan of like how they were booking, like how they doing the storyline, but I'm not even gonna lie. Like I'm actually tuned in, and I'm very interested in this storyline now.
Okay, Ryan. Because
right.
I'm letting you go because I'm ready to spill. I'm ready to spill.
So I want to say that I really did. Alex told me this theory, and I didn't like it. I didn't want to. I didn't want myself to believe it, because similar to you, Alfred, I thought Cody was the perfect was the perfect answer to Roman's title reign. I was furious when he didn't win at WrestleMania, but I still held out hope that it would still come down to Roman and Cody. Alex dropped this bomb on me that it could be Jay, and when he laid it out, and when you really think about it, it does make sense for Jay to win. But I'm with you, Alfred. I don't want to see Jay Uso have a title reign. I'm sorry, that's not good for ratings.
Right.
And I don't think that's good business. But Alex, I can kind of see it, and I hate saying that, but I could kind of see it. But if he does win, it's going to be for a cup of tea, and maybe they'll give it back to Roman after, But for the match itself, I'm going to indulge you, Alex. Okay.
Okay.
Let's say Jay does win at SummerSlam, then they'll definitely lose this weekend, and the reason why is because I don't think you're beating Roman at Money in the Bank and SummerSlam. Because then there'll be no heat on Roman anymore. They've already seen him lose. So I think Roman and if you believe Jay is win at SummerSlam, then Roman and Solo are going to win. Now, if you believe that Jay will lose, which I hope he does, to be honest, if you believe he'll lose, then I can see the Usos stealing a win, because Roman's just going to get it back at SummerSlam anyway. So it really just depends on where you think this is going. I'm going to put my money on the Usos winning. I think that'll be a feel-good story for London. I think, of course, Solo takes the pin. Sorry, Solo, you're the little brother. You're going to get pinned. He'll look strong. I'm sure he'll take a double team. He'll take a double splash, a double kick, a 1D. He'll look strong, but I do think Solo eats the pin. I think the Usos win.
Okay, so here I go. Now, my prediction is Usos win this weekend. Now, here's my whole storyline that I explained to Ryan the other day. I don't think it's going to be at SummerSlam that Roman loses the titles. I think what's going to happen, so the Usos are going to win, all right? Roman's going to fight Jimmy at SummerSlam for the title and win. Roman will win there. And then after that, there's going to be some kind of big issue between Roman and Solo. And Solo's going to split off from Roman. They're going to have a match. And then all of a sudden, you're going to see Jay become like the leader of the new bloodline. And that's when, I don't know what pay-per-view is going to be. It could be all the way at WrestleMania for next year. I don't know. What's the next biggest pay-per-view after SummerSlam? Is it
You said biggest?
what's the Survivor Series?
Oh, Survivor Series. Yeah,
Yeah, the next big
Okay.
one is Survivor Series.
the next biggest one is Survivor Series
So
because they got Payback, Fastlane, and then I'm
right.
pretty sure
Yeah.
Survivor Series is right after Fastlane.
Now I don't think it'll happen then. I think it may drag out, but the next time they fight, it'll be Roman versus Jey Uso for the titles, and I think that's when Jey will finally beat Roman. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be for the titles for the first. It had Roman. Next time Roman gets pinned, it's for the titles. So Jey will beat Roman for the titles, and then this is what's gonna happen next year, WrestleMania 40. You're gonna have Roman Reigns versus The Rock on a one-on-one match. Not for any title, because nobody except me wanted to see them fight for a title. But you're gonna have them two fight. Rock is gonna beat Roman, and Roman's gonna take like a year-long vacation. So Jey Uso will win the title, become the new leader of the new bloodline, and we're now going to see the reign of Jey fucking Uso.
So
Drop the mic.
Let me jump in here for a minute. That's what about the Jey Uso and why I think Alex is absolutely right, and why I called it way earlier. It was between him and Sami Zayn. First off, remember WWE keeps talking about, and even Roman Reigns in his other interviews has talked about long-term storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Long-term storytelling. That even goes with Cody Rhodes. He wasn't just going to come in and win the belt after the Royal Rumble. He just came in. He was talking about a long-term story building. Jey Uso and Roman Reigns, that story goes way back.
Mm-hmm.
Way back. Yeah. And it makes a lot of sense that, remember, he didn't want to join the bloodline. He kind of got defeated into it, where he was just beat up. His brother, it was I forgot the name of that pay-per-view, but there was that I Quit match, and
it was the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
It was Hell in a Cell,
where he kind of win it, but he always had that kind of grudge. Even when Sami Zayn, he told Roman Reigns, "Stop playing with me. We're family. What do you do?" It's long-term storytelling. It only makes sense for, in the end, like, think about this shot factor. Let's say, like, you go Money in the Bank, and whether they beat Solo, or let's just say that Roman Reigns' Solo beats the Usos, and then they beat the hell out of Jimmy. They knock him. He's done. And then you got the main event. It's Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns, and then you go to SummerSlam, and, it looks like how they always do it. Same thing with Sami Zayn. It looks like Jay's going to win. Also, here comes Solo. Now here comes Jey. Maybe Rikishi shows up.
Mm.
Don't forget, he's talked about it. He's kind of hinted on it on social media. He said, I got to step in. There's a lot at play, a lot of emotion in that story where he gets that 1, 2, 3. Solo tries to interfere. Jimmy shows up, saves the day. So Jey gets that 1, 2, 3. Imagine the emotion of that story of him being the one that beats Roman Reigns, holds up those belts. Now, yeah, he's not the moneymaker. We know, he's not going to be Roman Reigns. He might not even have the title long enough. It might be a 1-month reign. I think Cody Rhodes is still down the line, but I think the Jey Uso thing has been building for a while. So if it goes down that way, I'm going to be jumping up and down, dude. That's the real deal storytelling that most WWE hasn't been doing in a long time since Roman Reigns. That's like really on him and Paul Heyman who did that. WWE, AEW, they don't do long-term storytelling anymore. Yeah. This is it.
Bobby, you're 100% right. And just in case anybody wondering, no, that was not God talking. That was our producer, Bobby. As Ryan is now outside of his home, apparently. I don't know. Yes. But I mean, Bobby says it perfectly. Like, it's all about Roman and Jey. That was the full storyline from the very beginning, was Roman and Jey. So I think this is going to be the main event this weekend.
It definitely is.
So, Ryan, are you in your car with your fiance? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So let's go ahead and talk about the final match, which is the men's. Hi, Courtney. The men's Money in the Bank ladder match, which we have Ricochet versus Shinsuke Nakamura versus L.A. Knight versus Santos Escobar versus Butch. Should be called Butch. Should be Pete Dunne versus Damian Priest versus Logan Paul in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, who wants to go first on this one? Because I've got thoughts. I'm sure all of us have thoughts on this one. Alfred, you want to go?
I can go first. Between those 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
7. Yeah.
Between those 7 competitors, I think you can cross out 4 of them that I don't think is going to win the match. Mm-hmm. And those 4 are Ricochet, Shinsuke, Santos, and Butch. I don't think either one of them has really a huge claim or case for them to win the Money in the Bank. So that leaves us with 3 men: Logan Paul, L.A. Knight, and Damian Priest. I don't think Paul is going to win. Should win the match because he's not a regular on the roster. He just comes every now and then and things like that. And plus, even his matches already are like world title, is like a world title match like recently and things like that with Roman Reigns and his other matches. So I don't think he should be the one that wins the Money in the Bank, and I don't think he has like a valid case to to win a world title of that significance like that. That leaves Priest and L.A. Knight to me. I'm going to choose L.A. Knight to win the match because, one, I think he's the favorite. And I think he's really the only quote-unquote valid option to win the Money in the Bank and to cash it in later on down the line because I like L.A. Knight, and I think he's a great talker on the mic. He has what it takes to be a main event player in the WWE. So having him win the Money in the Bank can catapult his career even better, especially when it started like a few months ago when we was wondering what the heck are they doing with LA Knight, and all of a sudden now they bringing him back in the fold. So I think this will be a great opportunity for LA Knight to be back in the fold and going down the line, challenging for a World Heavyweight Championship. So if LA Knight doesn't win, I'll be shocked if he doesn't win. Honestly, if he doesn't win, I would seriously be disappointed if he doesn't win.
Ryan,
can y'all still hear me? By the way,
yes, we can.
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Can you? Okay, so I do think LA Knight is the most over. I'm gonna just say it. I think Logan Paul's gonna win. Do I want Logan Paul to win? No, I do want LA Knight to win, but I can see Logan Paul winning. I think from a business standpoint, it probably makes them the most money, and we all know that.
Oh, Ryan, you kind of cutting in and out.
Yeah.
Ryan, you're choppy.
You chop.
You're choppy, bro. I don't know what he's saying.
Can y'all hear me now?
Okay. Yes. It's because you're in a moving car.
Hold on.
Come on, man. We're live. Okay. All right, Ryan, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to say my part. Yeah. Ryan, don't worry about it. You good, man. So I think the men's Money in the Bank ladder match opens up the show. And I do think Logan Paul wins the freaking Money in the Bank briefcase.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I do. I want LA Knight to win so bad. Okay,
He
Ryan
better.
said. Yeah, Ryan Davis is saying Logan Paul. Okay.
Saying Logan.
Yeah,
Oh
Ryan
no.
Davis is saying Logan Paul.
Ooh no.
So I'm also saying
It's
Logan
gotta be LA.
Paul. As much as I think LA Knight deserves it 100%, I think Logan Paul wins it. And God hate me, but Ryan had a good point earlier that Seth Rollins is a better chaser than a holder. I think Logan cashes it in on Seth that very same night, Saturday,
And wins it?
and wins the World Heavyweight
Oh no.
Championship. And I'm telling you,
Oh,
the
I would be
reason
shocked
why
if that
is because I think Logan Paul is trying to be a more frequent person on wrestling. And he could have a title run like Brock Lesnar did, where he shows up every once in a while. But I tell you, I hate saying this so much, and I hope I'm wrong.
No.
I really do hope that I am wrong, because if LA Knight wins, LA Knight is on SmackDown. I don't think Logan Paul wins the Alex put the pipe down. I don't. LA Knight needs to win this Money in the Bank briefcase, but Logan Paul. I mean, Ryan's right. It prints money if Logan Paul wins it. It does, and
we riot, and if Logan Paul does, if Logan
cashes
Paul
it
wins,
in on
we'll riot.
Seth. I mean, if he cashes it in on Seth, even if he cashes it on Roman and loses, I'd laugh. I would laugh if Logan Paul wins the Money in the Bank contract, and then, welcome back, sir.
Oh my
I'm
God.
very sorry, guys.
It's okay. It's
Hold on,
okay.
it's fine.
I don't know if you guys heard what I was saying, but I was saying I've got Logan Paul winning. I think it makes the most sense business wise. While I do think LA Knight is the most over, and I personally want LA Knight to win, I can see Logan Paul kind of taking the next step as kind of a as a heel, if you will, cashing in, not cashing in yet, but
You didn't hear what I just said. You did not hear what I just said. I said that Logan Paul they open up the night with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Logan Paul wins and cashes it in on Seth Rollins that night.
Please no.
Man, let me just say, nah.
Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you.
Hold on a second. I'm hearing a whole bunch of crazy. I'm gonna have to cancel this podcast. Listen, man, LA Knight's come on. Hey, listen, LA Knight's gonna win, and I'm gonna tell you, he's not gonna cash it in. He's gonna hold that thing for a while. Maybe Royal Rumble, he might turn it back in, but I think he's gonna win. I can't see Logan Paul winning it. I think LA Knight, he's so over right now. I think he's gonna win it, and then he's gonna hold it. You're not gonna see him cash in. He's gonna hold it around on TV. He's gonna tease it every once in a while. It's just a perfect spot for him to be Mr. Money in the Bank, compared to Logan Paul. God help us all. Goodness.
I'm telling you, the fact that Logan Paul just inserted himself in the match, it has to say something. I don't know if they're doing it just to be like, holy shit, Logan Paul is now in this match, but.
And I will say, Alfred, you gotta kind of put some respect on Logan Paul's name. You gotta, cause every match he's had has been a good match now. Like he hasn't had a bad match yet.
Yes.
He really hasn't. So, I do respect him as a wrestler now, because his match with Roman was good. His match with Seth was good. I think what else did he do? He did his stuff with Miz. So, I mean, he wouldn't be a horrible choice. I get he hasn't earned it yet. He hasn't been through the ringer yet, but
Like, I can't really buy an active wrestler, like a non-active wrestler winning Money in the Bank like that. I know you probably gonna mention Brock Lesnar when he was active, but it's Brock Lesnar. Like, he's on a different class than Logan Paul. But I think LA Knight deserves it more than Logan Paul, especially all these competitors in the match. I think LA Knight definitely should win this match.
Yeah, no.
I definitely want LA Knight to win. I just think I want him to win in my heart. I just don't think it's gonna happen Saturday. I will say that.
Yeah, no. And I'm saying Logan Paul, but Ryan Taylor says it best. And go ahead, Bobby, pull up that last comment that Ryan has. The underneath that one. All right, who's gonna win? Everybody say it with him, baby. L.A. Knight. L.A. Knight should win.
L.A. Knight. Yeah.
L.A. Knight. Let me talk to you. Yeah. So L.A. Knight will hopefully win the Money in the Bank contract. And with that, that is our preview show. Ryan, thank you so much for coming on the show. Definitely, it was very appreciative and very, you've got some great insight for us, sir. And you are welcome back anytime you want. Just let me know. Love to have you back on the show. And I don't know if you want to plug yourself, if people want to follow you on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. It was my pleasure. I love this stuff. You guys can invite me back anytime. I'll be happy to come back. Follow me on Instagram, Snapchat. Alex knows how to reach me. So you guys can reach out to me, follow me. I love this stuff. I would love to come back.
Absolutely. Alfred, where we got you trolling this weekend, bro?
Oh, yeah. I had a tweet that went viral earlier 2 days ago. These Big 12 football fans are getting mad at me because I said Houston is by far the best city in the Big 12 out of all the Big 12 teams. But that's a whole different story. But you can follow me on @Matthew713. Like the tweet's still going viral till this day. Like I get mentions all day yesterday and all day today and the day before.
They see me trolling.
So
and
@Matthew713.
There you go. And you can follow my personal page, which is @AlexBB29. But more importantly, follow our podcast page, which is capital N, capital H, capital B to that Bard Podcast, so capital NH Bard Podcast. And subscribe to the Fin Talk Sports Network. We've got amazing shows all week. If you're a big Miami sports fan, I highly suggest you tune in. They talk Dolphins football. They talk Miami Heat basketball. They're trying to. We got a hockey show now. We're trying to get a baseball show together. We got a wrestling show with obviously the number one wrestling show right here. So subscribe to the Fin Talk Sports Network. And with that, everyone enjoy your July 4th weekend. Happy Independence Day, America. God bless the USA. And everybody enjoy watching Money in the Bank. Hopefully we will see the briefcase go to the hands of L.A. Knight. Let me talk to you. Yeah. Peace, baby.
Peace out.